Hi friends, Carrie at Conversations at Carrie's Corner. How are you today? Couldn't see you, I had to put my glasses back on. Age, it's not fun. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I want to talk about a subject that affects me. But first, let's just, for those who are just new here to Conversations at Carrie's Corner, what is it all about? It's just about starting dialogue. And maybe it reaches somebody who then reaches somebody, and then there's a conversation. And when there's a conversation, that's when change happens, and when we as a nation and as a society, hopefully we can figure out how to talk to each other again. Because right now we don't do that. Unless you're on the same side of the issues. We have completely and totally forgotten how to talk to each other in a rational, civil, respectful, intelligent, courteous way. We just don't. We are just out to lunch when it comes to that. So Conversations at Carrie's Corner is just about starting that dialogue, talking about things that affect so many of us every day, and then you watch it, and then potentially you say to somebody, oh, you should watch this video. It's just about planting a seed to get the conversation started. And it could be anything that affects our society. It affects you, affects me, our groups, our work, our health. I mean, anything and everything is on the table, because so many things are part of our society that we all struggle with. This one today is a really big deal, because it affects me and my husband and my age group. My age group is the last group in the baby boomers. I am 62. And I have worked hard all my life. I took 5 years off to have my third child. Actually, second child. I have a daughter, but she's my stepdaughter. I just consider her my daughter, so she's always included. But I had 2 children of my own. And I took 5 years off. That's it, out of my career. I worked from the moment I got out of high school. I started working in and out of college. So I have worked. I landed in the insurance industry, and I've been doing that for 43 years. And I work hard. My husband works hard. He's been in his career 46 years. We make a nice income. But we are nowhere near able to retire. Nowhere near. He is 65. And I have to pray every night that he can make it until I turn 65, until I can get on Medicare. Because I can't buy personal insurance. I am uninsurable. It is one of the reasons why financially we were devastated, because I have a medical condition that has gone through $2 million. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. So, if he was ready to retire, which he is, he can't. So, we continue to work. Will I ever get to retire? I don't think so. Because the average amount of money that we need now to retire is double what it was when we started saving. And we've had 2 major other economical setbacks that society has had. So you compound that with 2 very huge financial setbacks in my personal life, and it's astounding that we have what we have, but is nowhere near what we need. I would love to be able to, on a Friday, say, let's jump on a plane and go to San Francisco for 2 weeks. or let's go to the Bahamas for 2 weeks, or let's take our kids on a RV trip through the Grand Canyon, or whatever. We can't do that. And we are not spenders. We don't spend a lot of money. We live a very comfortable life. Yeah. And I don't know what the solution is. Prayer? I feel a lot better that Donald Trump is in the White House right now, because if the Democrats had won, I shudder to think. I shudder to think what I would be looking at now versus what I am looking at. And this small glimmer of hope that maybe at 68 I can manage. Maybe at 68 I can manage. And you get to this stage in your life and you say to yourself, oh my God, am I really going to have to go live with my children? Think about that. It is a distinct possibility. I don't want that for my children. I don't want that for me. I love my children, but I don't want to live with my children. I don't want that burden on them. And you look at this when you're an individual and you think, oh my God, how did this happen? What didn't you do? And you beat yourself up, and you're constantly questioning yourself. Why didn't I do this? Should I have done that? Why did I make that decision? How come I didn't make that decision? Should I have not done that? Should I have done this? You drive yourself absolutely batty because you try to think of solutions. And then what happens is you run yourself ragged, trying so hard to do too many things, and then you get sick, and then you get exhausted and overwrought and overrun and run down, and then you get sick. And there is studies out that show 1 in 3 Americans in my age bracket can actually retire at 65. So 2 of us are facing what I am facing. And it is a horrible feeling, especially when you see people that fall into these ridiculously, I don't even know the right way to describe this. You watch these people who are making millions and millions of dollars for being idiots, not working, and making fools out of themselves, while you go to work each day, put your head down, save, don't spend, don't splurge, and you look at the numbers and you're like, oh no. It's a scary place to be at 62 years old. My dad always said, put a third away. It wasn't enough. The third was that amount of money, 2/3 of that were eaten for medical bills and other financial crises in my life. I tell my children to put 45% of their income away. Because are they going to have Social Security? I may have it. Will they have it? Their children and their children? Doubt. The irresponsibility of the American government has been catastrophic, and nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. Other countries in the world don't have people in their mid to late 60s that are working because they have to. It's because they choose to. There's a big difference, people. A big difference. I wish I could say to you that it's because my husband and I splurge on everything. We don't. We do everything ourselves. We never outsource it. My husband has done everything in our married life when we need something done. We have only bought 2 new houses in our entire marriage. And here we are. It is so incredibly dejecting, and it eats away at your positivity and your psyche because you're constantly second guessing yourself when you see others that are enjoying this stage of their life. So the moral to this story is, if you're in your 40s and 50s, double what you are putting away for your retirement. Double it. Double it. And put as much away as you possibly can. Max it out. So when you are ready, you can. And you're not going to have to depend on hope. It's an awful feeling. Awful feeling. Where are you? Have you looked? Do you really have a game plan? We did. And things happened. And now our game plan has had to be completely and totally redone. One in 3 of us in my age group is ready to retire. What does your age group look like? It's important. Find out, plan, and be prepared, and then add more for those unexpected life tragedies that come around that consume and take money that was unplanned. I hope this message really resonates. And I hope that it inspires somebody to pick up the phone and call a financial planner and really take a hard look at where you are, because it is not a place you want to be. What do you do though? I get up every day, I get myself ready, I come to work, and I do what I have to do. What choice do I have? I don't. That's the consequence. But I get to control it because I'm self-employed. So I don't have to depend on anybody but me. And that is the only saving grace in any of it, is that I control it. God bless you on this Friday, last Friday of April in 2025. Give me some feedback. Let me know. What subjects would you like to talk about? What subjects would you like to hear about? What subjects are important to you to talk about and get our society coming back to the table of conversation so we can make some changes? I know we don't want our society to be this way forever. Who does? We used to talk to each other. We used to be able to go into beautiful diners, sit down at the bar and have a coffee and a slice of pie and come out with a brand new philosophy or point of view on something that we never thought we would, because we sat down and we listened to somebody else and we had a conversation. That's where change starts, and that, America, is where we have to get back to. Figure out how to take this divide that is tearing us apart and fix it before we lose it. God bless you. Have a safe weekend. This is Carrie from Texas. Carrie, I'm the owner of Conversations at Carrie's Corner. What do you want to have a conversation about? Let me know. And join me twice a week. And let's start bringing as many people back to the conversation table as we can. It's up to us. God bless you.